I've been fishing for over half my life. In the past 20 years, I've met some of the most amazing people through the love of angling. I've fished some of the biggest matches in the UK and Europe, and against some of the best anglers in the country.
61.50.
Some of them I'm lucky enough to call my mates. On this channel, I'm bringing back some old friends I've met along the way to talk about past experiences, memorable events, and some of the best times we've shared on the bank together. My name's Bradley Voak. This is the Polar Podcast.
We're going.
So welcome to episode 3 of the podcast, and thank you very much for all the love and the support that you've given us over the last 2 episodes. So you thought we'd do a third?
Yeah, back again. Looks good. Yeah, I'm quite enjoying it, to be fair.
Not as many cables this time.
No, we're getting tidier. Hopefully the microphones are getting better. Hopefully we're a bit more natural rather than the and the ers.
So over the last few days, we had a discussion of what topics we could cover.
Yeah.
And the time of year that we are now, we thought it'd be very fitting to kick things off with spawning.
Yeah, I hope, fingers crossed, everywhere's done spawning now.
Yep.
Although I do think you can have multiple events of spawning, can't you?
I actually heard the other day that it's getting more and more common for the spawning to last over a longer period of time because different strains.
That's exactly where I was going with it, mate.
Yeah.
I heard that. I watched a video with Simon Scott.
Yep.
And he was saying that his fish spawn at this time of year, whereas Simos are spawn at a different time of year, and Croatian and all of these strains or carp would all just go at a slightly different time. And the one thing that I'd love to know the answer to is whether it's the males and the females of the same strain go at the same time.
Yeah.
Or whether if you've got, say, all female VS fish or all female of a certain strain of fish, do the males then go at a different time? You know what I mean? I don't really understand how that works, because I've caught fish post spawning and they've been in a real bad way, and you can kind of tell because they're females, empty bellies.
Yeah.
They're just hollow,
Very
almost.
hollow. Yeah.
And they're absolutely smashed to bits, and it makes you wonder whether the males are, whether it's multiple different males going, or what pheromone or hormone they're putting in the water to obviously.
How much stress do you think them fish actually go through?
I think the males are probably enjoying it, mate. I don't know whether it's stress.
Because you do see, you lose a lot of carp over spawning season. That's just because they smash themselves to buggery.
Yeah, I've seen fish beach themselves. They're effectively spawning on a bit of gravel.
Yeah.
That's like a beach style lake.
Yeah.
And they're out the water.
Yeah.
And it's whether that's the females or the males or whatever's going on. Last year I actually watched on my club ticket. I watched the spawning happen. I was there for about 4 hours. It was like, you don't know what you're looking. You just it's magical to watch.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity for especially people targeting fish.
Yes,
to go and spot.
And this one female fish, you could tell it was it was a female, was going out of this big snag, and then spawning on a bit of branch that was out in the lake.
Yeah.
At the end of this snag.
Yeah.
Then coming in, or the males were hitting her. She was coming in. She'd sit there for about 10 seconds, and the males would turn up, and she'd go back out. And it went on for about 5 hours. This whole cycle of just the female coming in, trying to get 5 minutes to herself.
Yeah.
Then the male would come in, smash her, and she'd be back off again.
I was a member of a lake, DDAPS.
Yeah.
Dartford Lake was a prime example. And this is a question, actually, because I'm a little bit unsure. On Dartford, they seem to spawn at the same place every year. Is that Does that happen on every lake?
I don't know, mate, to be quite honest with you. I was over at my club again this year, and funnily enough, never seen it before, saw the bream and the roach spawning.
Right.
And they were spawning in the same area as what the carp were the previous year. Whereas, walked around the lake and I found the carp. They looked like they were but they weren't banging each other. It just looked like a group of males getting excited about it.
Yeah.
And it was, whether it's habit or was that the only bit of cover in the lake or the only snag? Or
Well, it's where the two lakes join together.
So was it shallower? Was there a prominent?
I think it's more the fact that they can probably smell or sense the other fish in the other lake because they're joined together, but it's split by a bridge and a grating. So it's two.
Yeah, you wonder whether I wonder whether one side's shallower.
Yeah,
which means that they go first. Yeah, which then
puts the scent in.
Which then puts the scent in, and then the males start going.
Yeah,
but it's one of them mysteries, and I don't think many people really know what happens. I mean, everybody talks about water temperature, don't they? That it's got to be, 23 degrees or 21 degrees or something like that. I mean, I've had it fish in a lake where they've spawned at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Now, in the summer, you would expect the lake to be at its lowest temperature at 1 o'clock in the morning rather than 1 o'clock in the afternoon when it's, still night.
I think it's just that it's got to be a constant temperature for a period of days, hasn't it? I heard it was 18 degrees. I don't know why that number's in my head, but 18 degrees for... Surely they can't go around for bleeding thermometer saying, 18 degrees.
They are the masters of their own environment, aren't they?
I suppose it's like us, we can sort of guess how hot it is outside, I suppose. Same sort of thing, isn't it? All right. Being that we're on the conversation of weather, how would you approach a venue before and after spawning? There's some say that salt is a must.
See, I'm salt in my mix all year round.
Right.
I've heard things that that in fresh water salt is quite hard to come by, and a fish needs salt. A carp needs salt.
Yeah, I put salt in there, but that's only because
antibacterial.
You're correct,
and that's the way that I look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw a video a little while ago with quite a well-known act, and he was pre-baiting with a salt block, as in a cow's lick.
Really?
Yes, and there was video footage of them rubbing themselves on it.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think that salt plays. I think that prior to spawning and I think post spawning, after spawning, I think we as anglers fishing for them and the stress that we put them through naturally, dragging them out of the water. I think that we need to be doing as much as we possibly can to try and give them minerals that we're missing out on.
Yeah.
Let's feed them a good bait. Let's feed them what they require at that certain time of year.
Do you think they eat more before and after spawning? Pre-spawn and post-spawn?
I'm probably not the best person to speak to on that, purely for the fact that my club, where I've done the last 5-6 years, has a proper close season, so it shuts end of March.
Yes. And how does that affect the angling, having a closed season?
Oh, it's a nightmare. It's a real nightmare. I think the club ticket, it's a 30-acre gravel pit or sand pit, lot of weed, lot of naturals, very, very clear water.
Yeah.
And I think through the closed season and prior to spawning, I think because there isn't any anglers baiting there, I think they go on to naturals.
So if there's anyone watching this, let's explain first what a closed season is and how long it's for.
Yeah. So closed season, I'm not sure what the date, I think it's the 30th of March until the 16th of June, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% on that.
And it's just a period of time where they close down the lake. Nobody's allowed to fish it, period.
No,
and
rivers are the big one.
Yeah, and it just gives the fish a breather.
Yep.
And time to spawn with.
Which I'm a massive advocate for it. I think I think the close season is good for many reasons, for many things. That by the time June the 16th, when the opening opens, I'm itching to get out. It gets that fire burning in me. Whether I haven't fished 9 times out of 10, I would have done it a little bit over Christmas, January, February, a little bit in March, but not enough to really get my teeth into.
Yeah.
So by the time June rolls round, I'm buzzing for it. My gear's all ready, rig's tied, new leaders, new line, and I will be out. I probably, I don't go out June the 15th for the 12 o'clock midnight opening, but I'm usually out that week.
Does everyone have the same sort of idea? I can imagine you turning up and it is heaving.
Yeah, the lake that I'm on, they do a big, a draw for the swims and bits and pieces, which is good. Sort of, this year it landed on a Sunday, so that, it was really good that they do that. And I think people turn up at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah,
go and have a few beers, maybe have a barbecue in the car park, have a wander, do the draw, get to know other members, and then everybody sort of disappears off their swims. And then at 12 o'clock, they do a klaxon in the car park and everyone casts out.
That's quite nice.
I'm not sure what the rules are with regards to baiting. I've never actually done it, purely for the fact that it's never really fallen on a day that I'm about, and I'd much rather. I don't think a lot of fish come out on the 16th. On my particular water.
Do you think that's because they've had that?
It's 100 leads falling in the water at once,
and it's a tricky enough water as it is, isn't it?
I would much rather, turn up on 17th, 18th.
Yeah.
And as I'm doing at the minute, I'm going there for an evening a week, 2 evenings a week, not doing overnighters, just going there at 5:30 till probably 9, 9:30. Finding fish, fishing for them, but just I feel that with that particular lake, you've got to reconnect with it again.
Yeah.
Learn the new habits.
Yeah.
Learn what they're doing, where they are, what and the other thing is I don't want to jump on other people's toes. If I see someone in the same swim twice, I'm going to give that swim a miss, because I do think a lot of places. I think there's a lot of etiquette in angling.
Yeah.
More, and I do try to honour that.
Yeah, it's a bit of respect, isn't it?
Yeah, if someone's.
But then on the subject of respect, I think respect to the fish.
Yeah.
I think having a closed season, I'd like to see a few more places do it, if I'm completely honest.
Yeah, I think I've been listening, and you sort of listening to the media at the moment, and I think we've got to all sum up that 50%, probably more, is day tickets. They're businesses for people, and you can't.
Yeah, no, I completely understand.
They can't turn it away, can they?
No, I completely get it. I do get it. But it would be nice to see, even if the EA or the government could step in and say, we'll partially fund your business so you can afford to have a closed season to give these animals a rest.
Yeah.
Because it's a hard time for them, and
I think even with syndicates, I think a lot of syndicates only close for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's enough time.
No.
What I would, there's a local ticket that when the fish start to spawn, they shut for 4 weeks or 5 weeks. I think if they shut, if they start spawning on a Saturday, the following Saturday the work party happens.
Yeah.
At the work party, the swim happens. The draw happens for the swims at the opening.
Yeah.
And as soon as that draw happens, you can start pre-baiting your swim.
Right.
So effectively, you end up with 4 or 5 weeks of being able to pre-bait. The fish are getting free food, good free food.
Yeah.
And we are still respecting, they're getting 5 weeks, 6 weeks to recover for, we
was talking about what you would put in a bait post and pre-spawn, and we was talking about the salt.
Yeah.
Another one of them's garlic, isn't it?
I'm really intrigued about garlic. You saying it's just started clicking over in my head. About, funnily enough, it started in the close season. I started thinking about a clove of garlic on the hair, and I just like I've done well on Brazils, like a Brazil on the hair and bits and pieces like that. And the thing with garlic is it's a proper natural. You can get wild garlic.
Yeah.
So I'm intrigued about that. Maybe like a garlic puree, garlic powder in your mix or something like that, just to see whether that provokes anything.
A lot of people I know use garlic, but I was just thinking after spawning when they're a little bit beaten up, bruised and battered.
Well, garlic's another natural anti. It's one of them good. I don't know. I think it's anti-inflammatory. I think garlic is. Garlic's an antibiotic.
It's definitely good for their immune system.
Yeah. I think it's a good responsible.
Yeah, it's almost like a medicine.
Yeah. And then going back to sort of the amounts of bait. I mean, the only thing that really changes with me is whether I'm quite a big particle fisherman in the summer. I do like fishing with particle in the summer. Yeah. But that's more the fact that I fish with particle, but with big boilies in the particle as well. So I'll fish a 20 mil. I'll fish, if I'm, say, fishing 5 kilos, if I've got 5 kilos of particle, I'll probably have half a kilo of boilie in there as well. But there will be bigger boilies.
Even with that particle, I think it's dynamite, where you buy them in the jars.
Yeah.
You can get that infused with garlic.
Yeah, that's
Do you know what I mean? There's loads of different ways you can use it.
Maybe, I don't know, garlic, like the little pots of garlic powder on a hook bait and stuff like that. See
maybe we've thought of something there.
Yeah. Because the other one is, I heard a lot of people talking about blackberries.
Yes.
Another natural...
Did you ever watch the... might have been the Great Rod Race or something like that with Matt Hayes.
Yeah.
And he caught on the strawberry.
And the joke.
Yeah.
He caught on a strawberry.
Caught on a strawberry. I'm sure it was Matt Hayes. It was either Matt Hayes or John Wilson. Both legends, by the way.
Yeah.
Great.
I think that's what I think Monster Carp picked up the television point of view from there, didn't it? But
massively.
I think that I used to like watching Matt Hay. What was it called? I can't remember what his show was called. I know he done the Great Rod Race.
What, do you have another one?
Yeah, he had a really famous one. I always remember his eyebrows. He used to wear like Oakleys, and his eyebrows would come over the top of his Oakleys. But I always remember watching that Great Rod Race where I think they were going for stickleback, and the Duke was like a spade hook with like £1 mono, trying to tie a spade hook with £1 mono. And he was there for about 20 minutes. You could just see he's getting more and more frustrated and red in the face.
They were a good watch, Doug.
Yeah.
They were... I spent so many hours watching all them three. John Wilson, Matt Hayes and the Duke. Mate, he's a great pike angler, isn't he, the Duke? Yeah. Yeah, quality.
Going back to fruit and what, baits and stuff. I think all of that natural fruit. Like there's a lot of pop-ups, like hook baits, blackberry infused hook baits.
Yep.
And I think that's something I might have a little go with. I might see what you can do.
Would you favour them in the summer though?
I think no. I don't think I would.
Not at all.
No, I don't think. I'm not really a big. I'm not really a big winter versus summer bait. The only thing that changes is I just introduce particle, but that's purely for the fact that I think they do feed more in higher temperatures and around autumn.
Yeah.
Whereas in the spring, I mean, as I said earlier, I'm not really a big spring fisherman purely for the fact of the close season, but I think in spring they're after, a high nutritional value boilie, aren't they? I don't think they're after maize and stuff that they're just going to pass through them without much.
I agree with that.
But going back to being particle in the summer, I would much rather fish particle with bigger boilies in it.
Yeah.
To feed off any nuisance fish.
Yeah.
That's my...
And how big are you talking?
What, boilies?
Yeah.
Oh, 20 millers.
20 millers?
Yeah,
that's a
20
big bait.
mils, yeah.
Big bait.
Yeah.
And there's me still using my 12s.
Yeah. Well, as we were talking about with Chopper,
Yeah.
10 mils. And don't get me wrong, I do like a 10 mil and I do like a 12. And
But I think a 10 mil does perfectly coincide with the particle.
yeah.
But I see exactly what you're doing. The 20 millers are there.
Well, they're always going to be there, aren't they?
Yeah.
Only a carp's going to eat it. Or
Yes.
I've seen roach with 20 millers in there, like gobstoppers in their mouth, moving them off the spot. But you know full well that there's always going to be dinner on the table if you've got a bigger bait there. And that's just the way that my thought pattern goes, that if you've got a lot of bream or a lot of tench or something, or a lot of roach in your swim, in your lake that you're fishing, and you do want to be fishing particle, I do think you need to be introducing a bigger bait to make sure that, because we've all seen it in the margins where you tie a solid bag wrong, it ends up in the margin because you want to see what, and it'll go within 5 minutes.
Yeah,
it's like piranhas down there, aren't they? And that's happening a foot, into the margin, let alone what's happening out there where there's a proper school of fish going at it.
No, I agree with you.
But as I say, whether that's the right decision, that's what goes through my head, and I probably overanalyze a lot of things, I think. But
I think we all do, though.
Yeah,
you ain't the only one. I'm definitely do.
Yeah.
I overthink things massively.
Yes, yeah, but I quite enjoy that, because I do like to. I'm always one for. I'm an advocate that if you go fishing and blank, you've got to come away from the lake with something.
Yeah.
And you've got to have learnt something, and that you are going to adapt to it. So after, you've come away and you've worked out that, okay, they're showing at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
If I'm going to have a walk round, I've got to be there early at 4:30.
Oh, you definitely learn every time. Not people say you learn every time you blank. You learn every time you go.
Yes, and I don't. That's a very good point. That it doesn't. That you just being there, being there, chatting to other. It goes back to what Chopper was saying about the bailiffs and bits and pieces like that. You do need that. You need to keep it. I like to call it keeping in touch with the water. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I ease myself in at the beginning of the season with the evening sessions.
Yeah. So we spoke about seasons changing. Spoke about water temperature.
Yeah.
How does your tactics change?
Well, I want to go back on water temperature, actually.
Okay.
Can we just circle back on that again?
Yes.
That I think with regards to water temperature, and I think a lot of people get this slightly wrong, that they'll see that it's, like the last couple of days, it'd be 30 degrees, sun beating down on this water.
Yeah.
I don't think that changes the temperature that much. I think you need a wind. Well, as soon as you get that chop across the water temperature rockets.
You reckon?
Yeah, because you're getting there's more surface area. You're almost doubling the surface area across the water. But not only that, when it's a still day and you've got still water, you're only heating the top foot, 2 foot, whatever.
I was going to say,
when you're getting turbulence in the water, so you're actually warming up the body of the water rather than just that. Yeah, you end up, and I think I've noticed it, and when I mention it, you'll know now, is that say March, when you get a bit of a warm spring day, that first couple of spring days, if you end up with a warm wind, like a southerly, everywhere will switch on. And when anglers, when these professional anglers talk about spring fishing, and they're talking about the right conditions, and a lot of people don't talk about this, it's when there's a big southerly wind, because it's a warm wind. Don't go any other time. If you're going to pick a time, go on a southerly.
Because that's what's changing.
Because you're getting a warm wind across a cold lake. And that's going to turn the water up. Elliot Gray talks about it. And it wasn't until you as we've just gone on about, you analyse it and you kind of digest the information and you go, that makes sense. Because you'll notice it. So this year I really noticed it, where obviously you find out that little nugget, don't you? And you go, okay. And then you start looking at the weather patterns, and then you start looking at social media, and the social media posts go through the roof.
Yeah. I do make you right, because we had one day this week, it nearly touched 36, 35 degrees. And I got home from work and I had a beer in the pond.
Yeah, I saw the pictures.
Yeah.
They're very nice, mate.
But going back to what you were saying about the first foot
Yeah.
will be warm.
Yep.
Well, the exact thing, I got in and that was actually still quite cold.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you're not getting the
turnover.
No, you're not getting that turnover.
Yeah.
Which
I was sitting there for a minute thinking, but surely if I left a bowl of water out in the garden, that's going to get red hot. But it's because it's only
it's the volume of water.
No, the more
and you've got to think about it. I mean, that's which is however many litres.
Yeah.
We're talking about lakes my lake's 30 acres and there's a section which is 40 foot.
Yeah.
So you just imagine the volume of water in there.
Yeah.
It's got to have the wind across it. It's got to have that turnover of water.
Yeah.
And that's what switches them on. And I think, when you probably look at it, I mean, I don't, I know people that take water temperature gauges and things with them. I've never really looked into it that much.
But can I just stop you there? Taking a water temperature gauge with you, will the top of that water still be different to the bottom?
Yeah.
So what's the point?
I think it's so you can. I think I would. I've never taken one. Not that interested. But if I was to take one, it would purely be for a notes in my phone to be able to go. The water temperature was this. I caught this.
How long are they?
See if you can. They're quite long.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So
my friend's got one, and
is he trying to find like the thermocline and?
Yeah. So he's got one with a 4-ounce lead on it. So he'll literally throw it out in the lake by 15 foot or whatever.
Right.
And then it's on a cable that comes back to a thing that he sits at the front of his swim and he'll monitor.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like something I've got for the pond. It just floats about.
No. So yeah,
big.
it goes in the lake.
Right.
And I think his has got a floating, the actual sensor on the end is floating.
Yeah.
And he's like set it up on a zig kit. So
Yeah.
you can almost adjust it. So you can ship it out and it will come up in the water.
That's clever.
He's a very good zig angler.
Yeah.
And that's why.
That would be the next subject, zigs.
Yeah. I want to ask you about zigs because I'm not very good at it. To be honest, I cannot get my head around it.
Okay. I'm not going to claim to be the best because I'm not, but I've caught
Have you done well on zigs?
Yes. Yeah. The best I ever done on zigs, we was fishing British Champs over in Walthamstow.
Yeah.
I was with Chop, fishing with Chop. Chris Percy was smashing it.
No change.
Yeah, no change, no. And we were struggling for the first. Chris was picking them up in solid bags.
Yeah.
But it seemed to be there's like an island area.
Oh, this is the one with the fence. You were fishing to the fence, weren't you?
It's almost like they don't want to come past the fence. It was really peculiar. And we was really struggling for a bite, and we was running out of time. So me and Chop had a discussion, and we said we'll make the change to zigs just to see if it worked.
Yep.
And we ended up nicking 3 within. It was less than 24 hours to go, and we ended up nicking 3. So they do work massively.
What led you to that decision to go? Let's go zigs. Was you seeing the show, or was it just we tried everything else? Let's go for that.
No, we did see a few shows.
Yeah,
they started pushing on us on the last day, but there was they come in numbers, but we still couldn't catch them on the floor.
Okay,
that's why we started on the zigs. And I think we must have been fishing in about 12 foot of water and catching them at about 9.
Yeah, so upper
in the upper layers, yeah.
And what hook baits?
All black, if I remember.
So yeah,
all black. Yeah.
And what led you to that? Was that just let's just go black, or what?
No.
What?
I'll tell you what it was. I watched a video, and I'll never forget it. It was with, I think it was the Fox Boys, and they done a video on zigging,
Yep.
and somebody put on a yellow bit of foam.
Yep.
When it's full sunshine,
Can't see it.
no, it bounced.
So that was, I know exactly the videos you're talking about. It's Rob Hughes. Rob Hughes did the underwater, didn't he? But he'd go out there and video.
Yeah, that's what
That was it, yeah.
But there was another one where the sun was reflecting off of the yellow foam.
Yep.
So I've always stayed clear of yellow.
So that's what they say, don't they? That's why some of the foams and the hook baits you could buy for zigging is dual coloured. So it's black on the bottom.
Yeah.
Then there's a reflection against the blue sky.
Yeah.
And then because the lake's darker on the bottom,
Yeah.
it's yellow. So you like white and black. That's why they do the double.
Right.
I've never, to me, and I'm not a big bait man, but nothing's drawing to it. It just doesn't work in my head.
No.
And it's something that I've never, I've put the odd rod out on zigs, but I've never committed to them. And I really regret that. Not regret it, but it's something that I'm like, I need to go and do it. And I think it's probably like a lot of things in angling, isn't it? That
I've never sat there and done a full session on zigs. I never have. I don't think I ever will. But I tell you what, they've got me out of trouble when I needed them.
Yeah.
And I can see why they work. They
the
do.
one that always goes through is over depth zigs.
Yes, my first ever fish on a zig was on the over depth zig.
And did you know it was over depth, or was it?
Yeah, no, I did. It was. It was at Farlow's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Because I don't know. It just doesn't. A bit of black flip flop or whatever they say. Just I don't know. There's just nothing there that.
That wasn't on foam. That one though. That was on a pop up.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a whittled down pop up. I think there is a foam band there. I'm not sure.
That wouldn't surprise me.
I think
it's an artificial bait, isn't it? And I think there's plenty of hook baits that we'd all use rather than foam. Yeah. Because that, it's like is the old like a sloppy spod mix over zigs. That excites me. I would be up for that.
They just seem to work.
Yeah.
And you look at them and think that's never going to work. I'll tell you what though, I don't like adjustables.
That's what I was just about to ask you.
Yeah, no.
Fixed always. I would rather use an in my head. I'd rather use an adjustable because I don't want to be putting out a marker flow and going, okay, I'm in 10 foot, or and that's probably just laziness. That's
yeah.
But it's something that I need to learn and I need to get my head round.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever be 100% committed on them.
It's not like solid bags, is it? Where you go, I've had a good solid bag. I'm just going to solid bag fish now. That's it. I'm a solid bag angler.
I mean, I know people that only take their zig stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think...
I would love to be like that because it sounds cheap.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Turn up with what is it? If you're fishing a 15-foot deep water, you've only got to have 9 zigs. 3 foot, 6 foot, 9 foot. Job done. It's pretty simple fishing.
Chris Percy's a very good zig angler.
Yeah.
And he's coming on soon, isn't he?
Yeah, I do want to. Yeah, Chris, be ready. Yeah. I'm going to grill you on that, mate.
Yeah, because he would be able to answer a lot more
questions.
But I want
to, I think it's a bit like everything. I want to go somewhere. Maybe that's what we should do. Is try and arrange somewhere where Percy can come with us.
Yeah.
And we'll have a Percy tutorial.
Yeah. Burgess as well has just brought out a Corda masterclass. I think
on zigs, is he?
On zigs, yeah. I think he done it over in Germany.
Yep.
Very good.
Yeah. The other one that gets me is the tangles. That's why I would prefer to use an adjustable. Is for the
I think
tangles.
It's more to get tangled though.
No.
I mean, even with the Corda one, they tell you to
wrap it in PVA.
Yeah.
Like PVA tape.
But then the whole thing spins. I don't know.
It
don't sit well in my head.
Yeah.
And you have to be confident when you're angling.
Yeah. That's 90% of angling, isn't it? Let's
100%.
be honest. And I do think that with adjustables, I like the idea of being able to cast it, let it come up to the top,
Yeah.
then pull it down.
Yeah.
Because obviously you can see your float go, and then you can, you should be able to see your hook bait go, and then you go, I'm 100% confident.
I've not seen the Ridge Monkey one, the new Ridge Monkey one.
The
in
Ziggo,
the flesh.
no.
It looks okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks one of the better ones, that's for sure.
Yeah, although to fish 3 rods on it is quite expensive, I think.
Yeah, I thought you said it was cheap.
Yeah, I don't think it is cheap.
How much are them little units, do you know?
I think they're like 20 quid.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's 60 quid.
Yeah.
If you're going to commit to it.
Yeah. And because the other one is obviously if you're fishing I mean, you shouldn't have an issue with a mono, but if you're fishing a thick main line, you've got to make sure that zig float can pull that main line up, haven't you?
Yeah. You have really.
But it's one of those, it all comes back to watercraft, doesn't it? And I think that's where a lot of these conversations come back to, is knowing when to zig.
Yeah.
And why. Yeah,
well,
it's when and why, isn't it?
You say when to zig. You can catch all year round on zigs.
Yes. But you've got to find them, haven't you?
Yeah, you have. But this is what they're saying about these zigs. You can explore every inch of the water until you find the level they're at.
I've got quite a funny story, to be fair, about I can't remember what the chap's name is. He's a very, very distinguished angler, but he's a two-tone, and he's like, I think his name's Nigel or something, but he rubbed shoulders with Nigel Sharp, Terry Hearn. He's like one of the big boys.
Is he a mate of yours?
Kind of.
You know him?
Yeah.
Nice.
Me and my mate Ben, I think we've got a little syndicate, 3.5 acres. Went down there in January. It's like -10, horrible day. Me and him are walking round, putting out singles and stuff. This fella turned up, fished 3 zigs. He had 9 fish, and I'm not even exaggerating. 9 fish in about 3 hours. Didn't get any of them out of the water. Just unhooked him in the net, back in his car, and went. And I went down and I hammered him. I was like, because he come up for a chat at the start, and like when he got there, he was like, "Oh, how are you getting on, lads?" Blah blah blah. And then he was like, "Oh, I've got to go. I just seen one." I don't know what he saw. I didn't see it. We was all looking out the water. Me and my mate Ben are sitting there going, "What's he seen?" Look at him, silly mug. Next thing you know, you're like, oh no.
So coming away from zigs a little bit, what would be your, not so much your preference, but when would you make the change from zigging, over depth zigging, or floater fishing?
I think floater fishing is if you can. I think floater fishing, if the weather's right, I think that's the key to floater fishing. I do think they'll take a floater a lot all round. I do think they'll take them all year round. But I think if you can see them cruising on the surface, that's the key to it. I think with floaters, if you can get their attention, if you can put a pouch full of floats of biscuits out there
and get them going,
and then they turn on them, you're in for a good afternoon, don't you?
Yeah.
You're all right.
And again, Martin is, I call him the bread king.
Yeah.
Because he's phenomenal on the canal with a bit of bread floater fishing.
Yeah, and he's due to come on as well.
He's coming on soon as well, yeah.
So we're going to absolutely
pick his brains
on that as well.
Yeah, but when would you make the change from high level zigging, or is it purely if you can get them going on top?
I mean, I've always got floaters in the car. I think, this time of year we all do it, don't we? And if I start to say, you're there for 48 hours or something, a lot of my fishing's overnighters, or midweek between work nights.
Yeah.
Whereas if I'm there for 48 hours, I would usually chuck a bucket of floaters on the, and if I saw an opportunity where I started to see them on the surface, I think that's the key to it, is if you can see them on the surface, I will floater fish for them. I know a lot of people that will put floaters out hoping to draw them up.
Yeah.
Whereas
you like to see them already.
Yeah, I like to see them already.
I'm with you on that one.
Because I don't, it backs out the water.
Yeah, because I think you've only got to see one or two, and then the other carp see them carp eating, and that brings them up anyway.
It's that, and it's the noise, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell when you fish, if you feed them here, it only takes one of them to slurp a bit of koi food down. Next thing you know, there's it's full-blown carnage, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's if you can see them. It is if you can see them.
Do you always have floaters in the back of the motor then?
Only in the summer, spring, summer.
Yeah. The only irritating thing about that is the wildlife, bird life.
I've usually got enough to feed them off.
People say you can feed them off.
It takes a lot.
Oh, wow. I've tried, Tad. They just don't seem to go anywhere.
No, honestly. Because me and my mate, a couple of years ago, we ended up putting in, I think we threw about 5 kilos of particle in the swim next door.
Yeah.
To feed them off.
Yeah.
Right, they went through it and come back for the floaters. By the time the fish, we still hadn't caught one, and you're like, oh no.
Quality. Was you going to say something?
But I think it all depends on the size of the floaters. Again.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
I've seen people use cat biscuits.
Yeah.
Have you?
No, but have you ever seen the Nash? Oh, I can't remember what they call it. It's called upper layers.
Not riser pellet.
Riser pellet.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried it? It's caused me no hell of a problems, mate.
Really?
Because it is unbelievable. But the ones that sink down, I swear the fish get preoccupied on them. And they're about 2 mil big. You're like, where am I going to catch them? There's about 4 million floaters on the top. And you got these ones humming up and down. And they're all just on the ones. What got a float fish for them?
It's a good idea.
Oh, mate, it's unbelievable idea.
Yeah.
But I just think
it's meant to mimic a hatch, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, but I think you that's the point where you need 2 buckets of floaters, because you want a riser pellet.
Well, zigs,
to get them going out, and then you want to put proper floats
zigs,
out.
they're devastating.
Yeah,
you can imagine they're in all the layers.
Yeah,
and it just gets them going everywhere.
But yeah. It's one of them tactics that, I'd love to learn more of. I mean, floater fishing, I'd like to learn more of. But it's finding the right water to learn it, because you don't want to go somewhere and, because it's hard work to get to reap the rewards of floater fishing on a hard lake is hard work.
Yeah, it is hard work. I only found out about a year ago how Martin puts his bread on the hook when he's free lining bread. I've struggled for 17 years of my life. There's a technique I didn't know.
My brother-in-law, he made up this rig. I've never seen anything like it. And it was like a bit of conduit, with 2 12mm nuts on the bottom of it. And then he filled it with air, and then put glue either end. And then he put his main line through the conduit, through a straw.
What is this?
You're right, honestly, through a straw, and then he'd dangle his the hook link would dangle from the top of the conduit that was out the water, because it would cock, and then sit with the hook upside down.
I've seen something similar.
He made his own.
I think Gardner
do something like it.
Yeah, and it's like a buoyancy thing with a rod off of it.
Yeah,
and it just dangles your bread, but the hook's actually out the water. And as soon as the carp takes the bread, it goes down. They suck the hook in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clever.
Because there's the other one as well, the beach caster rig. Have you seen that?
No.
So Angling Direct, I think, released a video on it. Harry Charrington done a thing, and then another company done it. And that's so that's 4-ounce lead on the end of your main line.
Yeah.
Pike bung up your main line.
Right.
And then above the pike bung, a swivel with your hook link coming from it, with your hook. You cast out and you have your rod at 90 degrees, basically. The pike bung settles and the hook link settles on top of the water. Same presentation with the hook upside down. Then obviously when you get a take, the whole thing goes.
All these contraptions, and people had a problem with Ali Hamidi with a magic wand. Come on, people.
And that's just I don't know. I don't want to get into the conversation of the magic wand and the magic twig. And all that. I mean, that's...
It's all over and done with now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, people kicked up a massive fuss about it. A lot of it, what I didn't like was a lot of it was online.
Yeah, I think...
I mean, you look at it was even in the video when people was to his face and he showed the product to their face, everyone was flabbergasted saying nothing but nice things.
And I think that's back to the world of social media again, isn't it? Everyone's big and tough behind a keyboard.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You know, I've got my what I think about him, and I think some of the products he's brought out are very revolutionary. Let's say, you know, they've come from a very different angle.
Yeah,
some of the clothing's good as well.
I like a few of his bits. I'll tell you what. Going back to floater fishing, the lock hook.
Yeah.
That's a very good hook. Yeah, I used it.
Yeah, because it's got the double 90-degree bend. It's got that flat spot at the end.
People said it was very similar to the claw, but it's not. It's actually quite different.
Yes.
But I've been using it for a while now.
Yeah, you've been on it for a long time. I remember seeing them that first trip to France. I remember you had them. Yeah.
I was lucky enough to get them before they come out. But wowzers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good hook pattern.
I mean, I like the claw.
Yeah.
Especially now, that long shank claw.
Yeah, I've still not seen one of them. You should have brought some with you today.
Yeah, I will, but I'll bring some next time I come up. And it's just unbelievable. I just like Nash hooks, but to be honest, I like the wire gauge. I do like the wire gauge on them because you can resharpen them.
You know, like when they spawn, they all shoal up.
Yeah.
Do you think they're like that most of the year, but we just don't see them?
I don't know. I think it's such a hard one. I mean, the one that the only.
I'm not saying every fish in the lake all gathering up together in one big pod. I'm not saying that, but loads of. The one that little pods.
I think that is the case. I think fish do have mates effectively. Yeah. The one that I don't know if you've heard the story of Scott Lloyd's capture of the Burfield Common.
Yep.
And he talks about seeing I can't remember what he calls it. It's called like crimple face.
But he's with the same fish all the time.
And then he catches that crimple face.
Yeah.
Got 3 rods out, catches crimple face or catches that, and doesn't put the 3rd rod back out because he knows that it's the common's mate. So,
and the common's going to be in the area, so he doesn't want to disturb it.
Them 2 fish within 45 minutes of each other.
That's unbelievable.
And that's the thought process behind that to go, I'm not going to put that 3rd rod back out because I've just had its best mate. Yeah. That's unbelievable. That's just next level, isn't it?
I see it. I was fishing the Crete Lakes match. I was fishing next to Rob Burgess, and he was halfway through the week. He was in this routine, and he knew at the same time every morning he was going to get a few fish.
Yeah,
I think he ended up on 30 odd fish. Like he smashed it, but he knew in that morning period he was going to catch them at this time. Blah blah blah, and after he had one, he would not put that rod back out because he knew it would affect the chances.
Yeah, that's
of
it. So he
catching
knows
the
that
other
it's a
2 or 3.
3-hour window. That
Yeah.
rod's coming across. He wants to nick a few of them.
Yeah. I mean, me, if I catch one, I'm putting that rod straight back out. Are you?
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
I think that's the difference between us and the elite.
Yeah.
Because they know, don't they?
Yeah, but I think that comes back to, we're going to swing back to Bay again, but it's catching, like Rob Burgess, what you've just said, you've got to catch enough to get to that mind frame to be able to go, okay, 10 o'clock's my time.
Yeah.
I know that at 10 o'clock, and that means that he's caught a few leading up to that Wednesday when he's worked that out, whereas do we ever, as normal working people, do we ever get that opportunity to work that out? And I mean, I've never been to France where it's been an absolute, where I've absolutely smashed it and been able to build up that picture myself.
No, probably not.
Don't
get up. Mind you, he's up at 1 o'clock in the morning spomming, and I'm not going to do that either.
No, and
that's his life, isn't it?
You listen to what Tom Maker says, and everyone sort of knocks him for what he does and how he does it, and he's getting roped off swims, he's getting this, but it's his job.
Yeah,
that's it. He doesn't get up at 6:30 to go and work on a building site. Doesn't do. He's there to fish. He's there to get content. He's there to, be on social media for his sponsors and his people that are pushing it. And can you blame?
No.
We all want that, don't you? I don't think I could work in the angling industry though. I'll just say that. I don't think I could be around it all day. I'd lose the love.
I think I would.
Yeah, I think
I would.
You've got to. I think you've got to be able to. I mean, I can talk I can talk forever, a bit like on these podcasts. Me and you will talk for an hour every morning. And I've got other friends that I could talk to all day, and what's going on here, where are we going, and what. But that's a choice. That's not I couldn't work in that environment.
A friend of mine, I won't mention who it is, but he works for one of the big brands.
Yeah.
Worked for him for a few years, lost the love for it.
Yes.
Yeah, and he stepped away for a long time.
Yeah.
Still worked there, still helped do all the bits and bobs there, still done his job, but his spare time, where our spare time, we'd go fishing.
Yep.
He couldn't even look it in the eye.
No, and I think that's it comes back to, I think we all, as men, as I think men need hobbies.
Yeah.
And I think as soon as your hobby pushes over into your working life, I think that's when there's an issue, let's say.
Yeah.
Or not an issue, but there's a conflict of interest.
Yeah. But then we go away for mental health.
Yep.
It's so good for mental health. When maybe we rely on it, but when your job is your passion, but you're sort of falling out with your passion because you've done so much of it, where does that then leave your mental health?
Exactly.
That's tricky.
Yeah.
That must be hard.
Yeah. Well, I think I've had a lot of hobbies.
Yeah.
Sort of, since I've been driving, I kite surfed and quadcopters and all sorts. And there's always a hobby or a passion.
Yeah.
Because I need to come away from work and stuff. And I think if you was in the industry all the time, I think it's a bit, like a professional golfer.
Yeah.
I think a lot of men play golf. A lot of people play golf, not just men. And I think everybody dreams of being a professional golfer.
Yeah. Until you're a
professional golfer and you're turning up on a Monday to do a practice round, two practice rounds, Tuesdays, another practice round, Wednesday, Pro-Am, Thursday competition, Thursday to Sunday competition.
Yeah.
Or Thursday to Friday competition, miss the cut, don't make any money, next course Monday.
Yeah.
Really, is that what people... Is that what people dream of, or
no, I'm not too
do people dream of floating around a golf club, having a few beers, and having fun with their mates? That's what. But I think that's where hobbies change, where you go from being let's go fishing for a couple of hours, let's go and have a round of golf on a Sunday morning, to doing it on a Monday morning. I think is a very different world, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's where I've got the utmost respect for the likes of Terry Hearn. Terry Hearn's, probably, what is he, the only, what do they say, the only fully paid up professional angler. Doesn't have to do, he's just got the obligations to obviously Sticky and, what is it, ESP he does his films with.
Yep.
I think what we really need to understand is he's been doing that for 20 odd years.
Yeah.
Being able to still have that buzz,
That passion,
the
drive,
and the drive for
Yeah.
it. How many professionals in the world have done the same job? And don't get me wrong, we all dream of doing it.
Yeah.
But have we all got the attention span for that?
Yeah. Maybe not.
And that's just it, isn't it? It's going to a new lake and working it out is fun. But I think if you could go there and spend a year, if you could have a year off work,
Yeah.
right, we're going to pay you to go fishing for a year. I want you to go and, I don't know, catch a UK 50.
Yeah.
You get to pick the water, we'll pay for it, blah, 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 blah. You'd like to think within a year you'd have one, or within 6 months you'd have one. What are you going to do after that?
Yeah.
Where are you going to go?
I don't know. I think that is the beauty of not so much working for an angling company, but the beauty of angling itself
Yes.
is chasing the dream.
Yep.
But I wouldn't like to know what happens when I've
When you get to the end.
Yeah, when I've caught my dream. I don't know what happens. What,
Yeah.
I don't know. But no, I do. I make you right. It is. I think it's all our dreams to be the next Neil Spooner or the next Tom Dove or Terry Hearn or
what people don't realise is with like especially Neil and Tom, they're directors at Gorda.
yeah.
This isn't their job. Their job isn't, they've earned what they're reaping now,
Yeah.
but they've been T-boys. You know what I mean? They've worked the ranks.
Yeah, they have
They're
worked the
not,
ranks,
there's not very many anglers that are a Terry Hearn. I think Tom Maker's is close, but because I think he's only ever been a consultant at places.
Yeah.
Fox and obviously now Corda, and I think,
Yeah.
but has, with the likes of Cole Smith, Nothing But Fishing and all of that, is consultancy on its way out.
Yeah. Quite possibly.
You look at what Nash are doing. All of their boys, there's only a few consultants at Nash, but all of their boys that they promote in their videos are the office lads.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
And they're good lads. And it's the same with Corda, Daryl Peck maybe, actually. Daryl Peck, he's probably...
He's phenomenal.
Oh, mate.
Wow.
I think he's probably the peak.
Yeah.
Can do it anywhere.
Yeah.
I think I listened to one of the Corda podcasts. I think he's got a Burfield ticket.
Oh, really?
I think he's doing it. Because he always said that he done a year on there, didn't he? And then he said he had to give it up because he didn't have the time. That's Daryl Peck. He said he didn't have time for it, and you're like, whoa, how bad is Burfield? Daryl Peck, the machine, hasn't got time to catch it. Like,
He would do it.
I'd love for him to do it, but I don't think Burfield Common's been out for a little while, which worries me.
Is it not?
No, I'd love for that to do a British record. I think that's, that's one of my top fish. I love it.
Yeah.
I think that's a wicked fish. And just the anglers, when you look at the anglers that have caught it, because it's one of them fish that you can almost track its history.
Yeah.
Like Simon Scott, I think, was the last person to have it.
How long ago was that?
3
years.
4 years, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
But then saying that, a lot of people keep it under wraps.
I don't think they do with the Burfield Common.
No.
I don't think they do. Me and Chopper had
But
this
look at the
conversation.
abuse you get on social media. We were talking about this the other day.
I don't think you get that with the Burfield Common.
Oh,
I don't think you do, because I I think the Burfield Common is, everybody knows it's the one, isn't it? You know, like there's that one, there's that big common in, I can't remember what fishery, the day ticket. There's a day ticket. Is it Clear? No, not Clearwater. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like...
Not Bluebell.
No. There's a big £60 common in a day ticket where you can rent the lake for a week. Everyone's going there. It's quite a big thing. It came out a little while ago. It was on our group chat, actually. But I would drop everything to have that Burfield Common. I wouldn't have that. I wouldn't have that day ticket, 60.
No.
The Burfield Common for me is just the one.
The one.
It's a tough lake. It's a mega of carp. I mean, it's just perfect.
Yeah.
And the history of anglers like Dave Lane, Terry Hearn, Nigel Sharp, Tom Stokes, Scott Lloyd, Simon Scott. Not many fish that have had them people around it.
No.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Lucky fish.
I wish I was the Burfield Common.
I think we'll wrap it up there, shall we?
Yeah,
mate?
I think so, mate. I think so. Yeah, I think that was about an hour. So
Yeah, nice. It was enjoyable.
Yeah, I think if there's anything that you know, not that we are angling gurus by any means, but if there is anything that you want us to discuss, put them in the comments, because I could talk for hours, and so can Brad. And
I mean, what people don't probably know is this isn't our only conversation a day, is it?
No, we've already had an hour on the phone this morning about not even about the podcast, just about other fishing stuff. You know, what's going on in life.
Yeah. Oh, we do talk forever.
Yeah, but it's never I think that's a big thing for mental health.
Yeah, probably is. Yeah, we do.
Not necessarily talking about mental health, just talking.
Yeah.
And having someone you're comfortable talking with.
Yeah. So there's the biggest thing we've learnt today. Talk.
Yeah.
If you've got something on your chest, talk. Because mental health is serious, as I've found out over the last year.
And if you're going to be reincarnated as the Burfield Common. Because then you could be held up by magical men.
Quality. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Keep supporting, keep liking. And we'll see you next time, hopefully with Chris Percy or Martin.
Yeah.
In episode 4.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Good luck on the bank if you're going fishing, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, take care.